In this lecture, we'll be taking a look at the sequence types in Python, and they are list and tuples. Now, here we'll be covering list first, and all the methods except append and insert are available for tuples as well. As we know that lists are mutable and tuples are immutable, that is the reason why we do not have append and insert available for tuples. So here you can see that I have created a tuple called num, and this is having values from 1 to 5, and here we are just looping through it, printing all these values one by one. Next, over here you can see now if we have to print certain numbers from the list. For instance, over here I'm saying that I need to print starting from 1 till 4 every second item in the list. So it's gonna print 2 and then 4. That is what this is going to do. And these value, the last one, is optional. So you can specify a range like 1 to 4, and then you can also specify the increment value. Next we have search function. So if you want to find out the element exists in the list or not, you can specify that value, and if that value exists in the list, its index position will be returned. So here we are making use of the index method, and there you can see index starts from position 0, so 0, 1, 2. So index position of 3 will be printed as 2. Next, as we know, lists are mutable, so we can add items to the list. If we have to add an item in the list, at the end we can say num.append and then the value. Similarly, if you have to insert something into the list at a given index position, you can specify the index position and then the value that you want to insert. So let's go ahead and see all of these in action, and then we'll move on to the remove and delete functionality. So here I'm running this now, and there you go. You can see the first one prints 2 and 4, index position is shown as 2, and then we have the count of num, that is, it contains 7 items in the list, and we can do so over here, and we can just print the updated list by going over here and saying for loop. Now let's give it a run one more time, and here you can see the value of I is being printed 1, 2, 3. You can see that the at index position 3 now we have 7, then 4, 5, 6. 6 was appended, and then we are listing through the tuple that we have defined beneath. Now let's go ahead and take a look at remove functionality. So if you have to remove a value, you can specify the number itself and say remove this, so it will be removing that value. Let's go ahead and check this in action. Here you can see the length is now 6, and when I'm looping through the list, you can see that 7 is no more part of the list. Other way of removing items from a list or tuple is using the pop method. The pop method, when no parameter is provided, removes an item from the end of the list. So if I go here and remove using pop, this will remove the last item in the list, which is 6 over here. So let's go ahead and run this now. And here you can see 6 is now not there in the list. It has been removed. Similarly, if you have to remove using an index, you can do that using the pop method by providing the index value. And if you want to use the index, you have the other option using delete method. So I can say delete num3, that is the index position, or delete num starting from 1 to 3. So here we are deleting a range of values starting from index position 1 all the way to 3. So if I see over here, starting from 1 all the way to 3, 4. So these values will be removed. Let's go ahead and now see this in action. So now the list which is printed, you can see the values have been removed from index position 1 to 3, and the updated list is shown over here 1, 7, 4, 5, 6. Next we have join method. So if you want to print the list of items as a comma separated value or any specific separator that you want to include, you can do so using the join method. Over here, as we have the list of integer type, we have to convert it into a string type first and then use the join method, because join works on string items only. All these methods are also available for tuples, excluding the append and insert. We'll be covering more of the data structure types in upcoming lectures.